In this society, it is better to be a bad mom than not a mom. Hey everyone, welcome back to Childfree for Life. Don't forget to subscribe to be a for-lifer. I've worked with kids for 7 years. To do that in France, you have to get a certificate and you have to choose a specialization. I chose early childhood. I have learned so many things during those years. Kids need to run, talk, attention, stimulation, quality time with parents, zero screen time, and so on. We learn how to get the best out of them, how to react, how to understand them better. What I was taught is what I believe to be the right or good way to raise a child. It's freaking hard. I also realized I am not interested in doing that. Ride a bike, go to the park, go to the swimming pool, run, do the homework, talk and repeat and listen, play board games. I don't find it fun to do homework after a stressful day of work. I don't find it fun to wake up at 7 a.m. on Saturday after a stressful week to play Lego. I don't find it fun to be on a paradise island and spend 80% of my time watching a kid. If I had a kid, I would want to give everything needed. And as I am not interested in doing so, I don't have a kid. That seems pretty logical to me. But what is surprising is people having kids and telling you to have kids, but they aren't even interested at all in raising them or teaching them. And if you say no, they look shocked. One of my friends leaves her kid in front of a TV and reality shows from 8 in the morning to 11 p.m. at night. She doesn't even want to go on vacation with her son. She's clearly not interested in doing anything with him. My sister-in-law, who is a stay-at-home mom, would not bring her kids to school from time to time for X reasons. Because she doesn't want to wake up too early. She goes to the park, which is 50 seconds from where she lives, and that's it. No kid museums, no bikes, no games, a lot of PlayStation all day long. My brother-in-law just ignores the kid. Simple. I cannot even say he's a bad parent, he just doesn't parent. I can go on. And these people bingo you. And you can explain to other people your point of view, and they just keep on telling you to have kids. I'm telling you I will be a bad mom, and it's okay? You are still convinced I should have a kid? And I'm the one with an issue here? Reading this makes me seriously consider if there should be some sort of child permit so people can have kids and actually raise them properly. Having a kid has sort of just become expected from everyone, and I feel like it does more harm than good because clearly unfit people also get a bun in the oven. I feel like the people who are child-free and acknowledge that they're not fit for parenthood are probably some of the most selfless people out there. Naturally, that's not to say that child-free people with different reasons are selfish. The selfish ones are the unfit parents who chose to have a kid, or 8, but clearly can't or won't take care of them, and the ones who try to bingo everyone into parenthood. Slight rant, a former neighbor bingoed me once when he asked about my parenthood plans. He said that every woman says that until she feels a baby in her arms. That will activate her maternal instinct. Yeah, well, that baby will also grow up. It's not a handbag, it's a human being. Edit, in addition to my rant, it should be mentioned that I've held babies before. It did jack for my maternal instinct. That one is deader than roadkill, and holding a kid won't bring it back. Like, Jesus. One of my friends is lazy AF. She has a dad who has always done everything for her, so she never really makes any effort. She's 31, and for example, when we go to the airport, he books her a taxi. When we're late for an appointment, she doesn't want to speed up. Like, she doesn't want to walk fast. Zero physical effort. She'd rather miss a flight than run for it. Needless to say, she isn't going to ride a bike or go play at the park with kids. But having a kid is her dream. She will have one at all costs. I told her how having a kid means she has to be very active. You know what she said? Well, my kid will go to school at 3 years old and my parents will babysit. Was I too stupid to wait for her to tell me she was going to make a physical effort to raise and stimulate her kid? And she's the one telling me I should have kids and how important it is. I think a major pattern I found is most people who are breeders, or at least the ones that have multiple children, don't raise them well because no thought went into making the decision on the kind of parent one needs to be to create a good human. On the other hand, many of us are fully aware of the effort that goes into a good human, and that's the reason we either, in full or in part, forego having any. If more people truly understood the implications before procreating, those who have the ability to choose to not have families more likely wouldn't. My best friend doesn't like being a mom. She loves her kids to death, but doesn't like raising them because she gives her best, and giving her best is freaking tiring. She always told me she could never imagine a life without kids. Now she knows what it is, she told me she knows she would have been as happy without kids. Unfortunately, she just realized that after having kids. She said she didn't know it was that hard. On my side, I don't understand what makes people believe that it's not that hard. She tells me, you don't know that until you live it. Sorry, I didn't live it, and I'm fully aware being a parent is killing a part of your life. No shade to your friend, but you mentioned kids plural. Did she not figure this out after having the first one? If it was so hard, why would she go on and make another? That's a very good question. She was pregnant with number 2 when her first daughter was 2. Her daughter was very quiet, cute, etc. That perfect little girl. When she had number 2, daughter turned 3 and was a real chatterbox and, as a kid, was testing her parents all the time. It was really hard managing a baby and another kid who's testing everything. Now they're 3 and 6 and it's a constant fight between the two. The noise, complaints, repeating all the time. The second one is a boy. He's way more active than her daughter was. He wants to fight, to jump, to bike, 24/7 active, and she is tired AF. She said the nightmare came when her daughter turned 3 and the second one arrived. Unfortunately, when she realized that, she was already pregnant with number 2. She said if she knew how hard it gets when they grow up, she would have never ever had the second one. Her kids are polite, well-mannered, nice, clever. They're just normal kids, but it's too much work for her. She said it's like having a kid is twice as hard, but when you get 2 kids, it gets 100 times harder. I know I'd be a bad mom. That's why I don't want kids. And other reasons, but that's a big one. And I've been given so much crap. My bio mom asked me what I'd do if I got pregnant, and I said I'd get an abortion, and she immediately said, no you won't. I was 16, and I told her yes, I would, and that I wouldn't even need her permission. She proceeded to tell me that she'd take care of it. This is a woman that abused me my whole life. And I said, no, I also just don't want to give birth. Why should I risk my life carrying a fetus I don't even want? She was ticked and we did not talk the rest of the day. I've lost half of my high school friends who all swore some of the same things not 10 years ago. 3 of them are on their second in 4 years, and most have had a pandemic baby. Like, I've been at home or working and with my man all the time. No birth control, and still don't have a baby. So don't give me this BS of it wasn't planned or it was an accident, because I'm honestly about 80% sure they were trapping the dudes with a kid. I have noticed a distinct lack of happy photos since these kids have been born. I'm a child of divorce because my dad tried to get my mom to take care of herself, and her postpartum depression was so bad she told me as a 6-year-old that she remembers showering and being, well, she's outside of me now. If I die, at least it won't be her too. And that she contemplated then and there. Because these are the kind of damages kids need, apparently. I am terrified for this generation, man. I can't imagine how much worse it is here or there, but it shouldn't have to be. And honestly, OP, more power to you, because the only kids I can stand to tolerate are my little sisters, who, bless them, understand that having 2 way older half-siblings means more support for them, and that's the best I can do. I wish I had the patience to do childcare, because I remember all the teachers that took the extra time, the daycare assistants that asked me why I was crying and if I wanted anything. Even if the parents refuse to value you, the kids you help will never forget that. And that is why you turned out as good as I did. So seriously, you go, girl. Being a parent is the only bad decision that is universally celebrated as a good decision. Got knocked up unexpectedly after a wild night with someone you only knew for 3 months? Aww, well, congratulations. Babies are always blessings, no matter what. Even if they are born into a broken family, to parents with alcohol or substances or mental health issues, single moms or dads, being a struggling parent is then romanticized and glorified. Can't tell you how many posts I see every day from parents who go on and on about how much they've sacrificed. Nobody knows how hard they have it, blah, blah, blah. They're narcissists and always need validation for their crappy choices. Also interesting are the "my kids changed my life" crowd, as if it never occurred to these geniuses that they didn't have to be crap-faced drunk at parties all the time before that. Being a parent is definitely more socially acceptable than not being a parent. I notice on my feed, a lot of the people who jump into that parent identity did not have much going on in their lives in the first place. For example, a girl who works part-time, parties a lot, and not going to school, suddenly gets pregnant, and now it's all about the baby, and that explains why she can't do anything in life. She's a single mom because she does the right thing and keeps the baby, when she wasn't doing anything in the first place. It's almost like a last resort life plan.